Hello and welcome to Corvic AI tutorials. In this session, I'll walk you through how to use the Corvic Intelligence Composition platform to build an agent application that supports loan officers and credit advisors to better understand customer financial profiles, generate insights, review applications, recommend products, and more. Think of this more as building a customer intelligence agent. Now, I have already created a data room with this name. The first thing I need to do is to connect to my data sources. Here, I already have a couple of data sources. One is a client database that represents my client financial data, is a structured set of tables. And the second is KYC data, which includes application forms, watchlist entries, notice of civil claims, and so on and so forth. But before I put an agent on top of the application through Corvic, I built what I call a data application pipeline, which allows me to augment and enrich my data. Here, I'm going to create this application, call it customer. I'm going to start working on my data sources. For my client database, I know it has tables, so I'm going to extract them. For my KYC data, I'm going to follow a Corvic knowledge graph RAG template, which already processes my unstructured files. Let me click on the run. Now, while this data application is running, I'm going to show you the client database table. Here is a sample of the file that includes names, addresses, ID, some call logs, some other information, including financial transactions, and so on and so forth. My other part of the data pipeline is also ready. Let me just go through the individual pieces. For the multimodal knowledge extraction, what it has extracted the text, the images, and the relationship between text and image components separate. By text, Corvic does not simply chunk the data by the number of words. It actually keeps the integrity of each and every text component, which could be a paragraph, a heading of a section, it could be a bullet point list, and so on and so forth. On the image side, Corvic not only extracts each and every image from the documentation, but also provides an AI description of this image automatically. As an example, this image description says that this is a man with brown hair and eyes that's shown in a close-up shot and so on. So in case you want to search for people with brown hair, you would be able to now take advantage of this AI description. Once we do have the extraction of the text, image, and the relationship, one other thing we could do, which is automatically done by the platform, is to build a graph on this documentation layout. And furthermore, you could leverage graph AI, in particular graph neural networks, to be able to vectorize this information based on the graph topology. Now, we also have embedded our images and our text through text and image embeddings. Now that I have everything ready, I can go and build an agent on top of it. Now that I have created my agent, let me also rename this to Customer Intelligence Assistant. Now I can definitely put the agent model configuration auto, either bring my own model or use what Corvic offers out of the box. In this case, I'm going to choose GPT 5.4. Now let me start interacting with the agent. So the first question I want to do is find a few clients who don't have a credit card, but have highest credit score. So these are the top few clients with highest credit score with no credit card. Now, next, I'm asking, do research on Mark Simon show all information related to him? Is he safe for credit cards or are there red flags? So this time we need to do a more thorough research on Mark Simon, not only going through the table to fetch Mark's profile, but also searching the semantic space and possibly the vector space. The agent has also determined that there is records of Mark being in watchlist entries and in notices of civil claims. So based on all this information, the agent responds as that Mark Simon is a high risk for a credit card. If I ask similar question about Rachel Young, which was also on the list, the agent goes through a similar process and provides some results on Rachel. So the bottom line is there's no direct red flag. So we can offer Rachel a credit card. Now I'm going to ask another question, which is more a recommendation question here. What kind of credit card should I recommend to Rachel Young based on her profile? In this case, the agent knows that it could use a skill that's defined for it. As you see on the right side, I've already defined a credit card recommended for this specific data rule, which is a skill going through the top 10 similar clients based on their financial information, type of job, and other sort of information, and leveraging a majority function on the credit types that they have been using in order to offer a credit card to the current client. And this system does the exact same things. It uses the skill to make a recommendation. My assistant recommends a secured credit card by going through the top 10 similar client profiles and finding that majority are using this. I have all the data I need, but I want to create an exec report. First, I'm going to type my question in here, provide a good executive report for Rachel's credit card offer based on the above data. Now, I also want to change my AI model in this case, Sonnet, because through experience, I noticed that it does a better job creating reports. Of course, the artifact has been generated. Basically, as you see, I get a nice report on Rachel Young, the credit score assessed, financial metrics, the deposit activity, the findings, risks, red flags, and all that. And also the type of the credit card using the maturity likelihood model that we have defined in Skill. Now, this can be shared with the exec team so that they can decide on the next steps regarding this credit card recommendation to Rachel. That's the end of this video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to contact us if you have any further questions.